Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Akmal bin Muhammad Noor, metric number AN190110. For this video, I will explain about my case study in fluid mechanics. I am from session 2 in class Dr. Nafizah binti Hassan. So for the problem is where the fluid, which is the wind, is acting hit the surface of the blade. And when the fluid is hit the blade of the windmill, it causes a momentum. So when there is a momentum, which is the rotational motion, so we can calculate the torque and power generated by the windmill itself. So for the introduction part, the problem is related to the Newton's second law and conservation of momentum. In the fluid dynamics, we always use the open system condition, where the volume is remain constant. The Reynolds transport theorem also involved, which it expresses the relationship between the rate of change of a system and the control volume. The control volume is the open system condition that used by the fluid mechanics study. So for the engineering analysis, I will explain the first part, which is the theory. So for the theory, the Newton's second law is related to the problem, where it requires when a force acting on a surface, it causes a angular acceleration. So the strength of the rotating effect is the torque of the system. So we first calculate the torque, which is torque equal to M equal to the radius time force. First, when we derive it, we get the MA, which is the torque. The new equation for the torque is the radius time mass and acceleration. So the torque also from the equation R time M time A equal to the R time mass time the rate of change of velocity with the time. So the total torque acting on a rotating rigid body on an axis can be determined by integrating the torque acting on the differential mass. So we integrate the torque with the mass, we get the new equation of the torque is equal moment of inertia times the angular acceleration. For the angular momentum part, which is h, is equal to the radius times the linear momentum. Linear momentum is the mass times velocity. So the angular momentum formula is h times r times mv. So for the angular momentum in the system, we must integrate the angular momentum, general angular momentum equation. So we get the formula is radius times velocity with the time with the density with the derivation of the velocity. So the rate of change of the angular momentum is the derivation of the angular momentum in the system. So when we derive the angular rate of change of the angular momentum, we get the new equation is the rate of change of angular momentum equal to the moment of inertia time with the angular acceleration. So we can conclude that the torque is equal to the rate of change of angular momentum, and the vice versa, which is the angular momentum is equal to the integrating of the torque. So there is a special case for the angular momentum. So when in a steady flow state of the fluid, so we can say that the net torque of the system is equal to the difference of outer torque minus with the inner torque. So for the power in the system part, which is power is the force exerted times the velocity. So the power for the angular motion, we get the power is equal to the torque times the angular velocity. So the powers in the system is equal to the torque of the system times the angular velocity. So for the solution part, we take out the data. So we solve the net torque in the system. So the torque formula is the force times radius and the angle, which is sine theta. So the total torque equal the torque outer radius minus the torque inner radius. Torque of the system is equal to the rate of change of mass with time time with the velocity and radius of the outer surface, minus with the rate of change of mass with time with the velocity and radius of inner surface. So we insert the data 150 times 32 times 50 sine 60 degree, which is the torque of the outer radius, minus with the 150 times 20 times 30 for the torque inner radius. For the total torque is the 117.846 kilonewton meter. So the power in the system, we take the formula, which is power time equal to the torque of the system times the angular velocity. So we get the total torque from the first equation. So we insert 117.846 kilonewton meter time with the 2.5 radian per second, which is given. So the power in the system is the 294.615 kilowatt. For the analysis part, we assume there is a steady state of the flow of the wind. So the net torque acting on the control volume during steady flow is equal to the difference between the outgoing and incoming angular momentum flow rates. So that is where I explain about the special case in the angular momentum. So for the discussion part, when the flow of the wind is passing through the turbine, there is a condition of the flow where the wind must be idealized flow condition. So it is where the flow of the wind must be uncompressible state, which is the idealized flow condition. The condition of the flow also being entered from the center of the shaft to the outer radius of the blade. The principle is same as the water turbine in hydropower station. There are few assumptions need to follow, which is flow of wind is in steady state. During the steady flow, the amount of angular momentum within the control volume remain constant, and thus the time rate of change of angular momentum of the content of the control volume is zero. So the net torque acting on the control volume during steady flow is equal to the difference between the outgoing and incoming angular flow rates. So for the power in the system, follow the formula angular power, where the sum of multiple of torque and angular velocity. So the power generated is directly proportional with the product of the torque and the angular velocity of the system. So for the conclusion part, the angular of momentum is an activity where the force exerted on an object. The torque and power can be calculated because there is a rotational motion. The application angular of momentum can increase the efficiency of the rotational system. So we can increase the power output. For the example, we can increase the power output of the turbine of the windmill, and increase the power electricity generated by increasing the speed of the wind turbine. That's all from me. Thank you.